The game Uno. I love it. Uno over the weekend, I guess, on X, which is formerly Twitter, of course, posted, the rumors are true. You cannot officially stack a draw two on a draw two.
What does that mean?
That means, so there is a draw two card that you put down in the pile if it's the right color, and the other person or people, the person that's next has to draw two cards. Because the fewer cards you have
Well, I know
Uno,
that part of it, but what
okay.
does stack mean?
So you can put draw two, right, of yellow, and if you have another draw two, no matter the color, you can put it on top of it.
Yeah, that's
Then
how
they
I
have
play.
to So Uno is saying no.
You
That's
can't
not,
do that? Even though you have a draw two, you can't put a draw two on top of it? And the next player draws four cards?
Right, no.
Why?
So what? I don't know.
They're
They're
wrong.
just saying, well, it's their rules.
No, not anymore.
See, I know. So what they're saying, I guess, is if you put down a draw two, you make the person that's going next draw two, they can then put a draw two on top of it. My thing was, if you got 8 draw twos in your hand, boom, 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 boom. Nope, they said no. You can't stack them at all.
No. Okay, back up. Now you're confusing me.
Why?
Because if you have 8 draw twos in your hand, you're saying you can't use all of them?
Right.
Why?
Because it says you can't stack them.
I thought the way that was described, that stacking was, say you put a draw two down, I'm the next in line. Oh, I got a draw two in my hand, I'm putting that down.
Oh, I didn't take it that way at all. When I see it in my head, I can put a draw two down. Okay, so you've drawn 2. I can then put another draw 2 down because it's still my turn, and you have to draw another 2 because it skips you.
Yeah, I think it's the next player, honestly.
Well, they
is
weren't.
what they're saying. And whatever the case is, they're wrong.
I would agree with that because I play that way as well. But are they were not clear.
Hey,
they were not clear.
Let's back up a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna check with the production team.
Okay.
Okay. So Jake, since he's speaking up,
Yeah.
what does this mean? What do you think it means?
Here, I'm about to blow your top off.
Okay.
So it means that if not necessarily, I can stack them all at once. But I lay a draw 2 down, and then it would go to Ninja. If Ninja has a draw 2, then she would lay her down. And then it would go to Rob, and if he has a draw 2, he can lay his down. So that's stacking it.
That's what I thought.
But
That's
see,
exactly what I thought.
Is it not stacking it when? Because this is how we play in our house. If I have a draw 2, I can put that down, so you have to draw 2. But if I have another draw 2, I can put that on top of it, and you have to draw 4.
Are you just playing against one person?
No, but it's the next person. So if all 4 of us are playing, and Rob is after me, I put draw 2. He draws 2.
Yeah.
I put another draw 2.
You can't do it
Yep.
again. It's got to go to the next player.
No,
that's
it
where
doesn't.
you're messed up.
I'm not messed
Here
up.
you are putting down all these cards at the same time.
No,
That's
no.
way against the rules.
Eli texted and said, okay, she is making her own rules, talking about me.
Uh-huh.
And or her rules are okay. Making up your own rules is okay.
Oh, yeah, that's fine, but not when
Thanks,
you're playing
Eli.
against another family.
Oh, well, sure. Yvonne said, okay, why would it still be your turn? I agree with Rob.
See, Yvonne, you're smart. Yeah.
It's still my turn. Here's the thing. Draw 2, just like if you have a reverse, and then you can reverse it again, and you can reverse it again, and you can...
You're still taking people's turns. Hold
Taking
on. No, if
people's
you
turns.
reverse it, it goes back to you. My point has just been made.
Right. But
It
then
goes back to you.
Okay. And skip...
So, skip goes over to the next person,
Okay,
not
and then if I
back to
hit,
you.
And then if I hit another skip, then it skips that next person. If I hit another
No,
skip...
don't keep putting down cards.
Why not?
She keeps putting down cards in one turn is what she's doing.
Is the point of the game not to get rid of all your cards?
Yes.
Thank you.
But not the way you're doing it. Oh, my word. So Christina's here at 800-447-7234.
That when she's stacking the Uno cards by herself, it's supposed to go to the next person.
That is exactly
The next
what I
person's
thought.
turn. That person can add. Actually, the way we play it is if that next person draws 2, then it's the next person's turn, not the person who drew 2, because they lose. We call it lose a turn.
Exactly.
Because they drew 2.
So you put down your card, your turn's over, the person has to draw 2, their turn's over, it goes to the next person after that. It doesn't go backwards to the
Correct.
person who had the draw two in the first place.
No. So I take the draw two, or I should say in my family, we take the draw two. It's yellow, right? I've got another draw two. Maybe it's a different card or a color. So I lay that one down. And then maybe I have another one. Boom.
All in one turn.
Yes.
She's doing this in one turn. No, you're taking
No,
3
because
turns.
It's you're taking multiple persons' turns. So when you put the draw two down, the next person, their turn is to draw two. They don't get to lay anything down. They just draw two.
Liz has been cheating.
I haven't been cheating. This is the way our entire house plays. I bet y'all don't even put money in the middle on Monopoly for free parking.
So I'm going to play some open mics.
Okay.
This is from the My HISRadio app. Wait till you hear what is said in these open mics.
Let me put my seatbelt on.
You need to. Liz needs to strap in. Okay, here we go. Open mics from the My HISRadio app.
Liz, girl, I don't know what kind of Uno you playing, but I like it. I might try that next time.
Hey, this is Casey from Anderson. I've seen people play with this rule before where they think they can put down all of the same cards at one time. So like if they have multiple draw twos, they can put it down at one time. Or if they have multiple of a card like a green 6, they can put down all of the green 6s at one time. I don't play this way, but I have seen people who do play this way.
So I work at a middle school, and Uno is so big, and a lot of kids like to play it in the mornings, but stacking is a huge deal at school. The kids love to stack. They will throw down 6, 7 cards at a time, so they love to stack.
I just wanted to say that Uno is wrong. They don't make our house rules. We will continue to stack if that's how we choose to play. But also, Liz is wrong too. She's kind of giving herself the advantage by skipping the other players.
No, Liz, you can't keep putting cards down in Uno.
No, you have to go one card and then to the next person.
I totally agree with Rob. When the person lays down the draw two card, that next person draws 2 cards, and then it's their turn. You don't get 2 turns, even if you have an extra draw 2 card. That's the way we've always played it from the time I was young.
And there you have it.
Chris texted and said, Liz, I love you, but it's a 1 card per person play, except,
Yes.
he says except, or she says rather, with a reverse card.
Yeah, because it goes back to you.
Yes.
So it's your turn again, so you
Yes.
get to go again because it reversed back.
Okay, but Diane and my family, we're going to be playing Uno, said our family always plays Uno by the same house rules that Liz has because it's more fun that way. And it's okay to make your own rules. Diane, you call me anytime, girl. We will play, okay?
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
It's pretty much the opposite of a trigger. So if you're on social or you read a book or even go see a movie now, there will be trigger warnings for different things that are negative. These are glimmers. Glimmers are things that throughout the day make you feel joy, happiness, peace, gratitude, those types of things. So for me, if you're talking about, those tangible things here on earth, it would be puppies and babies. Puppies and babies are my glimmers. 100% sure. Instant joy.
I have a feeling for Scott, it has something to do with his yard.
How did you know?
Because you're a lawn nerd.
I am. I'm a lawn nerd, lawn nut. So picture this. It's a beautiful morning. Sun's been up for a few hours. A light breeze. It's not too hot. The last blade of grass has been cut, and there's a light scent of freshly cut grass in the air.
Listen to this glimmer.
And the sun is glistening off the grass.
See, I didn't know if
That's my glimmer.
If your lawn enthusiasm came from it's got to be exact, but it's actually a joy in your life to do it.
It is. I love it. I really do. Sometimes I get out there and it's hot and sweaty. I still love it. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
For me, it would be either playing some worship music with my guitar, out on the bike, let alone my family. My family's my biggest glimmer. So I'll say that's the first thing.
Right, but those things aside.
The obvious, right? So the not obvious stuff that you don't look at a lot that are just kind of there. Lawn for Scott, babies and puppies for Liz, bikes and guitars for Rob.
I had a video of this poodle that when its mommy and daddy came to pick it up at doggy daycare, it jumped up and down, and it was so happy it twirled, it did all. And if I had a bad day, I kept that video and I would go and
Really?
watch it. And it would bring me to tears, but in a good way. So that's the type of thing, yeah. Okay, so Lydia texted, and she said, definitely babies laughing. That's my glimmer, especially when it's my grandbabies. Gia, I love this. I'm going to have to find what you're looking at. She said, I have fallen in love with watching pet groundhogs on TikTok.
Here's an open mic that came in through the My HISRadio app of a glimmer.
My glimmer is that I get to go to a quilt shop every day, and I get to greet people as they come in the door, and no matter how they're feeling, and bring them so much joy and bring smiles to their faces, and it just brings me such absolute joy.
And Kristen texted, and she said, my glimmer is sitting on the dock at night when it's a clear sky, looking at the stars. It's so beautiful, and it makes me remember that in all of creation, in all of the universe, in everything that God created, I am still his treasure. Oh, my goodness.
That is so good, Kristen. Here's an open mic that came in off the My HISRadio app.
My glimmer would be just getting to listen to his radio every morning. That's one thing that I look forward to on my drive to work and on my drive home. That's what starts my day good and ends my day well. So I would say listen to his radio is definitely my glimmer.
Okay, I'm humbled. Thank you.
Very sweet. Thank you.
I've never thought of that. Wow. Thank you.
Yeah. Wow.
I can go home with a smile on my face.
Got a lump in my throat.
Right? Got another open mic that came in off the My HISRadio app.
Good morning, Rob and Lizz. This is Wendy, and my glimmer is Max, as you can hear in the background. Max is my 21-year-old son who has autism, and every day he makes me laugh. Every day's not great, but with God's help, we make it through. I hope you guys have a great morning and be blessed.
Thank you, Wendy. And Max, we love you.
We love you, Max.
Rob and Lizz,
his morning crew.
So I'm scrolling on my social media and I see Kelly Clarkson's face show up, but the sound that's going with her mouth is off. And I'm like, what in the world? So I turn the sound on, and it's talking about all these gummies that she took to supposedly lose weight.
Oh, I've seen those on my feed.
And I'm like, come on now. And I realized it almost looks AI-ish, and I don't know if that's how they did it or overdubbed the voice on another type of video of Kelly. So anyway, I really started looking, okay, how did she actually lose weight? So I found this interview, and she says, here's what she did. It was exercise, eating healthy food, and allowing herself occasional treats. I'm like, okay, now that sounds like a way to lose some pounds,
that's the way to lose the pounds, yeah.
Right? Not this thing of gummies. So now that I've looked into it, this is all I see.
Yep, her algorithm, I don't know if you know anything about that. If you look at something a couple of times and watch it all the way through, all of a sudden that's all you see on social media. And all these ads start popping up. All of a sudden for me, I want to go back to college. I had no idea.
What?
I get all these go back to college ads.
Oh, that's so cool. Actually, that's cool. That's
well, then you
cool.
can have mine.
Okay. And you'll take mine?
I'll take the Kelly Clarkson. Yes, because I want to lose the weight.
Well, so I've been, and I'm not this person, but I have been on every single one of them going, fake, reporting the ad.
Because the gummy thing?
I just don't want anybody duped. By that, because
I get it, yeah.
Struggling with my weight my entire life, you want to believe that there is something like that out there.
I know. And here they are saying, eat this gummy and then eat what you want, and you're good.
Right, and you'll lose, like Kelly did. I think she lost, I want to say, between like 40 and 60 pounds
She
or something.
looks great.
She looks fantastic.
And happy.
Yes, and healthy, which is the main goal. But I don't want anybody to fall for that. So I'm just fake, report the ad. But you know what she did also? She took these polar plunge type things. And I don't know what that does. No,
it's called a cold plunge, not a polar plunge.
Well, it's the same thing, ain't it?
No, polar plunge, you go out into open water and jump in. Cold plunges are a thing. And you go into like a bath of cold water, and it's supposed to increase the brown fat cells, which actually promotes burning the white fat cells.
Don't athletes also do some sort of ice bath type
Oh, yeah,
thing.
absolutely.
For maybe muscle, not regeneration, but restoration, I guess.
It helps with that, but now the overall goal is to help promote the brown fat cells.
Okay, and then she does infrared saunas. Don't know what that is.
That's a Planet Fitness thing, I feel like.
Oh, okay. So now that she's lost the weight and I found out, the exercise and eating healthy, which I understand, I'm looking into all that from Kelly. I'm
Okay.
like, I'm going to do everything you did.
Sure you don't want the gummies?
I'm sure.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
I don't know if you've ever heard of Red Rocks.
Mm-hmm.
It's an amazing amphitheater. It's in Colorado?
Is it Arizona?
I feel like I'm wrong where it is.
I know. I'm like, I've never been, obviously.
But it's
Love to
beautiful
go.
wherever it is. Red Rocks. Now, let me go back in time. When you were at football at high school, you had gum in your mouth. You disposed of your gum. And where did you put it when you got rid of your gum? Don't lie. It went under the bleacher. Just pop right under there. In school, where did the gum go? Boom, right underneath the desk.
Or swallow it.
I don't know how many people did that.
Yeah.
I'm sure some did.
Yeah.
Evidently, Liz did.
Yeah, I did. It's probably still there. 'cause it
Swallowed
takes
her
7
gum.
years.
At Red Rocks, even though they have signs up at the amphitheater at Red Rocks that say no gum, people still bring their gum.
Mm-hmm.
They still put it underneath the seat. I mean, right there. They had volunteers come in, and I kid you not, there was 50 pounds of gum that they just scraped off the bottom of the seats at Red Rocks.
That's so disgusting. But it does. It happens like at the movie theaters. Like it'll be up under, and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
On these really nice seats?
And here's the thing, Red Rocks, this amphitheater is really nice, and it's not really seats, it's just like big steps.
Yeah, there's one in Atlanta, and oh my goodness, I can't remember the name of it, but it's sort of the same premise.
Yeah.
Where it's those
And
concrete seats.
and they're putting the gum just underneath the lip of those things.
Yeah.
50 pounds of gum.
And let's say you get really dressed up, and you go to one of these concerts at Red Rocks, and that gum, because it's not, as Rob said, tucked way up under there, it gets on the back of your pants, your skirt,
no
your
good.
jeans.
No good.
That would be bad.
Right?
Yeah. So 50 pounds. They
Yeah.
even have signs. Like they are about this policy about putting the gum up under there. They have signs out. Please don't put your gum out.
Mhm.
Actually, I don't think it says please, but
Something.
Ooh, yucky.
A lot of Perel.
Ew.
Open mic just came in on the My HISRadio app.
Red Rocks is in right outside Colorado Springs,
That's it.
Colorado, and it's gorgeous. And the praise and worship team from the church there is incredible. Oh my goodness. Anyway, have a great morning. God bless you. This is Melody. Bye.
Thanks, you, Melody. And confirming that I thought it was near Colorado Springs.
I've never been to Colorado, never been to Red Rocks.
I've been to Colorado Springs out at Focus on the Family. It's so beautiful out there, but we never went to Red Rocks.
You know what? If I go, I will bring my own scraper and gloves. I'll help with the gum.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
It's one of those dramatic scenes where all of a sudden there's a semi-truck. It has to swerve away, hit a couple of people. Nobody was hurt. And then the semi goes over this bridge and then is dangling. I mean, it's just dangling there. Part of the back part of the semi, not the cab, but it's on
The trailer,
The
yeah.
trailer is like halfway down a little bit. And then the cab is just like looking straight down. I mean, straight down. This happened in real life. The fire department shows up, and it takes them a while to get some kind of rig put together so they can get the driver out of this. The driver's a young lady who's driving this semi. She is scared. Oh, my word, she's scared. And she's praying. And here's the thing. There's one firefighter that rappels down to be with her just to let her know we're working on it. The truck's not going anywhere. We're going to get you out. You're going to be safe. You're going to be saved. She's sitting there praying at the top of her lungs. What does the firefighter do? Join in.
Yeah,
He's
absolutely.
praying with her.
It is. It's like a scene out of a movie. I think it's Speed. There's one of these that happens or some movie. Dangling, she's looking at the water beneath her because they're on a bridge between Louisville, Kentucky and Indiana, and lots of traffic going, past. And of course they stop it down so that firefighters and the ambulance can be there just in case. But it's a harrowing scene.
It is.
To watch it unfold, but that she knew exactly where to go to. She went straight to God, and this firefighter joined her in that prayer, and she was rescued.
Yeah, she's safe. She's going to be okay. Everybody's going to be okay. It took about 4 hours. That was a long time. I couldn't imagine. Such a long time. But way to go to that fire department and that firefighter who joined her in faith and just prayed to Jesus.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
What is Tom Brady now? His age? He's got to be what? 46?
6, I think.
46 years old. I don't know if you heard what Tom Brady, quarterback, Super Bowl. He just ran faster than when he was 20 years old. So he tried out for the NFL when he was 20, and history after that. And one of the things he did was ran the 50-yard dash. And he's thinking, I'm 46 now. I want to beat my time when I was 20. He did it.
He's an anomaly.
Right? He ran his 50-yard dash in 5.28 seconds.
It's wild.
Mm-hmm.
They even did a comparison.
Whoa, wait. I'm wrong.
What?
That was what he ran when he was 22.
Oh, okay.
He ran faster than that just now. So they clocked him at like 5.18 seconds.
That's ridiculous.
Isn't it?
I mean, in a good way. I don't mean that in a bad way. No, they did this comparison, and they had videos of both the 22-year-old Tom Brady and the 46-year-old Tom Brady beside each other. And at first, it looks like younger Tom is going to outpace older Tom. And then older Tom just turns it on.
I like how they did that video because he's racing himself.
Yeah.
His younger version of himself. 20 years, some odd later.
Yeah, 24 years.
That is amazing.
Better, stronger, faster?
I don't know. I was at my peak when I was in my mid-40s.
Me too.
I was. I mean, I was racing. I was doing cycling and triathlons and marathons and all that stuff. I wonder if I could train and try to beat one of my times.
I mean, I would think so, at least in certain things, maybe lifting. Like for me, there's no way because I'm not fast anyway. So
you don't do that.
No, I've never.
You do other things.
Yeah, run only if there's a bear.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
If you've ever been charged something a little bit different on the menu when you're out. I mean, Scott has from time to time.
Yeah, and I kind of get kidded by my family because I'm always checking the receipts, going over the prices, and making sure that I am not overcharged one nickel. And sometimes I have gone back to the store, like for example, the grocery store, if I've been overcharged even like $1 or less to make sure I'm right.
My wife does that when she's undercharged.
Oh, yeah,
so you didn't charge me enough. Can I give you? And that's most of the time they say, "Oh no, go ahead."
Well, after their eyes get really big and they're like, "Really? You want to pay more?"
Not really, but
No, but I want to be fair about it.
God's watching me.
Right.
I've got to do the right thing. So here's Subway, and this lady went in for her family to get 3 subs. When she checked the receipt after she had her card swiped, one of the subs was a little bit more than what was on the menu. It turned out to be $1,010 for one sub.
She does not have the Subway app, let me tell you that.
Whoa. A decimal point was in the wrong place, I tell you. So it's still, today, if I understand correctly, today they're still trying to figure out how to get paid back.
Yeah, something about, she went in and the cashier was like, "You're going to have to take that up with Subway."
Yeah, go to the corporate office because I don't know what I'm doing. I can't handle this. And she just can't get through to their office.
She must have asked for extra cheese.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
You may be familiar with the name Scott Hamilton. If not, Olympian, incredible skater. This guy is amazing. Such an athlete. And if you didn't know, he's been battling a brain tumor for Such a long time.
Right. I think he's had several forms of cancer over maybe even a couple of decades.
Yeah.
But kept that personality that you saw on the ice, during the Olympics. But he's also a sportscaster for the Olympics and that kind of thing as well.
Talented man. You may remember about, 14 years ago with that earthquake in Haiti that was so devastating. And he and his wife, Tracy, would make trips. And they fell in love with the brother and sister. It was John Paul and Evelyn, yeah. And so after a couple of different visits, and they just grew to love these two young people, this brother and sister, they're like, you know what? It's time to give them a forever home. And so Scott Hamilton and Tracy, and they already have a couple of kids, they adopted these two kids from Haiti and gave them a beautiful life in America that even right now, I think they're on their way to college, and one's going to the Air Force, it looks like.
Exactly. I think it's Jean Paul that is going into the Air Force. But, Scott, felt God talking to him multiple times during this process, and even through different things that he would see and he interpreted as signs from God. Like his wife and son saw an ornament with Jean Paul's name on it, like a Christmas ornament. And then that's how he was kind of introduced to him, and then found out he had the sister. And so I think it was on Scott's heart probably anyway, because Scott is adopted.
Isn't that amazing? I had no idea that Scott Hamilton was adopted. And so he understands what it's like to not have anything, and then your life is just so different and has changed drastically that they brought these kids in and adopted them, their family.
Right. And whether it was someone who said, I want to extend and open up my family to you, or they've tried to have children and they adopt for that reason. But they have been a family for a good long while, and I love it. They have all these beautiful faces in their pictures now.